Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. Welcome back to Trading IQ. This is Shauram Bhattacharjee, and in today's video, as part of the Psychology of Money playlist, I'm going to share two very important aspects when it comes to managing your money, which are luck and risk. To start off, I'm going to share a story which will give you a perspective, and that is all we are after. So, if you have watched my other two videos in this particular playlist, I'll paste the link on the I button. So the important point here is that you've got to look at things in different perspective. Only a new perspective can help change your situation. If you are successful, then by all means be successful, right? Grow onto it and then be a better person and be a better investor or a trader. But if you want to change your situation, if you're stuck somewhere, if you're continuously failing in the stock market, if you're losing money continuously, you have to pause and look at things differently, because this is your mindset that is keeping you in the trouble. So you got to look at things differently. You have to be open to different perspective. So the story that I'm going to share, which has been shared in the book, so you can have a read. So you all know Bill Gates, right? He has been one of the most successful people in the world. Now, he went to a high school back in the days in 60s, which had a computer. And I believe it was the only school that had a computer. So he was lucky to be admitted to that school which had a computer, because by which he found his passion. So in life, we struggle to find our passion. So Bill Gates was introduced to a computer back in the days where the chances of having a computer in a school was 1 in a million. Now, Bill had a friend, Kent Evans, and Kent was also very smart, and Bill mentioned in his interviews later in life that Kent was even smarter than Bill in many different aspects. So Kent and Bill both shared the same vision. They both were smart, they both were intelligent, and they wanted to do something big in the computer space. However, Kent died in mountaineering before he could complete his graduation. And the odds of dying in mountaineering back in the days was 1 in a million. So Bill experienced 1 in a million luck by ending up to that lakeside high school which had the computer. And Kent experienced 1 in a million risk by never getting to finish graduation because he died of mountaineering, which had a 1 in a million of risk. The same force, the same magnitude, working in two different directions. Luck and risk are both the reality that every outcome of life is guided by forces other than your individual efforts. You might be very smart, you might be very dedicated, but you have to respect luck and you have to respect risk. If you give both of these aspects proper respect, you will realize when judging other people's financial success, maybe it's your own or others, nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. You all know Benjamin Graham. He was the mentor of all-time great investor, he's a living legend, Warren Buffett. He was known as father of value investing. And we know Benjamin Graham because of his luck. How? Because he broke all his diversification rules by investing most of his wealth in one stock, that is Geico. That made him fortune. So he did not follow his own methods that he teaches us in the book, The Intelligent Investor, that you have to diversify your portfolio to have consistent return and all that. He broke all that. He broke his own diversification rule and invested, most of his wealth in that stock, which made him fortune. So that is luck. He himself acknowledged that it was by pure luck that he was who he was. You might be knowing this fact that in 2006, Yahoo offered Mark Zuckerberg $1 billion to buy out Facebook. And you would call Mark a genius to turn down that offer, because of course you now know that Facebook is a huge success and it has, billions and billions dollars of revenue. So you would call Mark a genius by turning down that offer. But there is another side of the story. People criticize Yahoo for turning down a big buyout by Microsoft. And the opinions were like this, that those fools could have cashed out, and because it is now a failure, as you can see, Yahoo is nowhere to be seen. So both are same force, same magnitude, but ended up in different direction. One was fortunate enough to be on the side of the luck, and otherwise, unfortunately, was on the other side, which is the side of the risk. So luck and risk has a very thin line in between, and you will never be able to figure out which is luck, which is risk. You just have to walk down that road and hoping to be lucky. So that's why I have shared in my last video that you cannot look up to successful people. Of course, you can look at the broad pattern of how they are successful. But these aspects like luck, risk, you cannot emulate luck. You cannot emulate how lucky Benjamin Graham was to invest in that stock, Geico, and made a fortune. And Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger had shared that they generated most of their wealth by investing in 5 to 10 companies. Rest were not as that profitable as those 10 companies were, from which they made fortune. So it is those lucky breaks. You have to be dependent on luck. Of course, you have to work hard, you have to be smart, and whatever other aspect that you need to have. But you have to give due respect to luck and risk. Bill Gates said that success can be a lousy teacher. When everything is going well, we feel that we can't lose anything. It is like a good time, and it is because of our hard work, our skill set. Of course it is, but then you have to give due respect to luck, because the other side of it, there is a thin line between luck and risk. And risk can turn the whole things down pretty quickly. Just within a moment, you could end up on the other side, the unfortunate side. So that's why nothing is as good as it seems. And similarly, when you experience failure, you don't have to blame yourself that you were terrible. You don't have to get demotivated. You just have to make sure that you are not out of the game. So the goal here is to be in the game. If you are in the game, that's when you'll be successful. So you have to make sure that one bad investment, one big missed opportunity will not kick you out of the game. And you can only do that if you give due respect to risk. So what I'm trying to conclude here, which is not given in the book, so it is my realization, and of course it is left to open to different readers on how they perceive this information. So what I could perceive here is that you have to give luck and risk proper due respect. When everything is going good, just be humble and give luck our due respect that you were lucky. Of course, it was your hard work. You have to put in the hard work. There is no alternative of putting the hard work. But you have to give luck proper respect, and that's how you can stay humble. And if you're experiencing failure, you have to give proper respect to the risk and the amount that you're risking, so that you're not out of the game. If you're out of the game, then it's finished for you, right? You're gone. You're not in the game. So the goal here is to stay in the game. And how can you do that? If you give proper due respect to risk. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thank you and have a great day.